They say football is a game of opinions, and I've certainly had a few in my time. From blatant handballs to phantom goals, refereeing howlers to moments of sheer madness, football has a knack for stirring up controversy like no other sport. Over the years, we've seen it all: cheating scandals, shocking dives, and enough VR drama to fill a season's worth of Match of the Day. So join me as we delve into the top 10 most controversial moments in football history. Moments that left an indelible mark on the sport and had us all talking for years to come. Football is full of drama, but some moments changed history forever. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico. The tournament that gave us Maradona in his pomp, dazzling defenders with his footwork, and, well, let's just say, a little bit more than that. England versus Argentina. A quarterfinal clash already simmering with political tension exploded when Maradona used his hand to punch the ball past Peter Shilton. We all looked to the referee, Tunisian Ali bin Nasser, but he pointed to the center circle. Goal, Argentina. Maradona, the cheeky so-and-so, called it the hand of God. It was controversial, it was cheeky, it was downright wrong, but it was pure genius at the same time. Years later, I interviewed Maradona himself, and he still maintained that little bit of mischief was just part of the game. You can't argue that it's become one of the most iconic moments in football history, dividing opinion ever since. Did he cheat? Of course. Was it brilliant? Absolutely. And that, my friends, is why it's still debated to this day. Fast forward to 2010, and technology, or the lack of it, took center stage in another World Cup shocker. England, once again on the wrong end of a controversial decision, this time against Germany. The Three Lions, trailing 2-1, saw Frank Lampard unleash a rocket of a shot that crashed off the underside of the bar and bounced a good yard over the line. The whole world saw it, except for, crucially, the referee and his linesman. Goal line technology wouldn't be introduced for another few years, and England were left fuming. It was a clear goal, as obvious as the nose on my face, and it could have changed the entire complexion of the match. Instead, Germany went on to win comfortably. It's no coincidence that FIFA fast-tracked goal line technology after that incident. Luis Suarez, a player who needs no introduction when it comes to controversial moments. At the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, the Uruguayan striker took matters into his own hands, literally, in a dramatic quarterfinal clash against Ghana. With the score level in extra time, Suarez deliberately slapped away a goal-bound header on the line, denying Ghana a certain winner. He was sent off, obviously, but the real drama was only just beginning. Asamoah Gyan stepped up to take the penalty, the weight of a nation on his shoulders. He missed. The game went to penalties and Uruguay triumphed. Suarez, watching from the tunnel, erupted in celebration. Was it cheating? Absolutely. Did it save his team from elimination? Without a doubt. Suarez later admitted he deliberately handled the ball, calling it the save of the tournament. Hero or villain? You decide. But one thing's for sure. It's a moment that will forever be etched in World Cup folklore. Now let's talk about refereeing decisions that left fans seeing red. The 2009 Champions League semi-final between Chelsea and Barcelona was a night of high drama, stunning goals, and enough controversy to fuel 1,000 conspiracy theories. Chelsea, leading 1-0 from the first leg, were absolutely battered by a Barcelona side at their tiki-taka best. But the Blues defended resolutely. And then the controversy began. Norwegian referee Tom Henning Ovribo became public enemy number 1 in West London that night. He waved away 4 penalty appeals from Chelsea, each one seemingly clearer than the last. Drogba, Ballack, even the usually mild-mannered Lampard lost their cool. Barcelona, with a little help from the man in the middle, it has to be said, snatched a last-gasp equalizer through Iniesta to go through on away goals. The fallout was immense. Chelsea fans were incensed. Didier Drogba famously shouted, "It's a disgrace," into the camera. Right or wrong, it's a match that still sparks heated debates among football fans. Moving away from on-field controversies, let's delve into a debate that has captivated football fans for over a decade. Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? These two titans of the game have dominated world football, shattering records and racking up Ballon d'Or awards like it's nobody's business. But the question of who's better has sparked endless debates and divided opinions like no other rivalry in the sport's history. Messi, the magician, the genius with the ball glued to his feet, capable of breathtaking moments of skill that defy logic. Ronaldo, the physical specimen, the ultimate goal machine, a relentless force of nature who can score from anywhere. Year after year, they pushed each other to new heights, their individual brilliance fueling a captivating rivalry. Every Ballon d'Or ceremony became a referendum on their greatness, with fans and pundits dissecting every goal, every assist, every piece of silverware. It's a debate that transcends mere statistics and delves into the very essence of what makes a footballer great. Now, I've seen my fair share of handballs in my time, but this one took the biscuit. It was a World Cup qualifier, France versus Ireland, with a place in South Africa on the line. The tension was palpable. The game went to extra time and then it happened. Thierry Henry, France's talisman, controlled the ball with his hand twice, before squaring for William Gallas to score the winner. The Irish players were apoplectic, and rightly so. It was blatant, it was match-defining, and it left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Replays showed the undeniable truth. Henry had cheated. The fallout was immense. Ireland called for a replay, FIFA refused, and the French, despite progressing to the World Cup, were branded as cheats. Even Henry himself admitted his guilt, saying, the fairest solution would be to replay the game. But the damage was done. It was a dark day for football, a reminder that even the biggest names in the game are capable of resorting to desperate measures. The incident remains a black mark on Henry's otherwise stellar career. It's a moment that will forever be remembered for all the wrong reasons. The 2006 World Cup final, a night that should have been a glorious swan song for Zinedine Zidane, instead became infamous for all the wrong reasons. France, inspired by their talismanic captain, were taking on Italy in a tense final in Berlin. Zidane, in what was to be his last ever game, opened the scoring with an audacious Panenka penalty. He was pulling the strings, orchestrating the French attack with his usual elegance. And then it happened. In the 110th minute, Zidane was walking away from Marco Materazzi when he suddenly turned and headbutted the Italian defender in the chest, sending him crashing to the ground. The world watched in stunned silence as the referee, Argentinian Horacio Elizondo, brandished a red card to Zidane. France, their captain dismissed, went on to lose the final on penalties. The headbutt remains one of the most shocking and controversial moments in World Cup history, a sad end to a glittering career. VR, the video assistant referee introduced to eliminate controversial decisions and make football fairer. In theory, it's a brilliant idea. In practice, well, it's fair to say it's divided opinion more than a few times. Don't get me wrong, VR has got plenty right. It's helped to stamp out blatant diving, offside decisions are now millimeter perfect, and we've seen some howlers overturned. But then there are the moments that leave you scratching your head, wondering if the people in the VAR room are watching the same game as the rest of us. Offsides given for a player's armpit, penalties awarded for the softest of touches, and endless replays that suck the joy out of celebrating a goal. It's become a bit of a minefield, hasn't it? One minute it's our savior, the next it's the villain of the piece. And don't even get me started on those lines drawn on the pitch to determine offside. The debate rages on, with passionate arguments on both sides. Has VR made football fairer? Perhaps. Has it made it more confusing? Definitely. Neymar, the Brazilian superstar, is known for his dazzling footwork, his ability to glide past defenders with ease. But at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, he gained notoriety for another reason, his theatrics. Neymar's dives, his rolls, his exaggerated reactions to even the slightest of touches became a major talking point of the tournament. He spent more time rolling around on the turf than he did with the ball at his feet. It was embarrassing, to be honest. One minute he'd be writhing in agony, the next he'd be up and running like nothing had happened. The world's media had a field day, turning him into a meme, a laughingstock. Now I understand players try to gain an advantage, but Neymar's antics went too far. It brought the game into disrepute and left a sour taste in the mouth. Now this one wasn't so much a moment on the pitch as it was an earthquake that shook the very foundations of football. The announcement of a breakaway European Super League, featuring some of the biggest clubs in the world, sent shockwaves through the game. It was a blatant power grab, a closed shop designed to line the pockets of the already wealthy elite at the expense of the rest of football. Fans, pundits, even politicians were united in their condemnation. Protests erupted outside stadiums, players and managers voiced their opposition. The backlash was swift and brutal. Within 48 hours the whole sorry saga unraveled, the breakaway clubs retreating with their tails between their legs. It was a victory for fan power, a reminder that football, at its heart, belongs to the people. The Super League fiasco was a stark warning, a reminder that the greed of a few can never triumph over the passion and loyalty of millions. Football's soul was saved, but the threat remains. From the sublime to the ridiculous, the beautiful game has a knack for creating moments that stay with us long after the final whistle. We've seen it all. Moments of genius, acts of madness, refereeing blunders, and enough controversy to fuel endless debates in pubs and living rooms across the globe. Football wouldn't be the same without these talking points. These moments that spark outrage, ignite passions, and leave us wondering what might have been. So, the next time you're embroiled in a heated debate about a controversial handball or a dubious refereeing decision, remember, it's all part of the beautiful chaos that makes football the greatest show on earth. Football is unpredictable, but some moments will never be forgotten. Which controversy shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.